اوكي. السلام عليكم، مرحبا بكم عندنا في هذا الديجيتال اكسبرت سيريز 3. اليوم عندنا معنا واحد مقاولة ريم راودي، ونمتحنسين بزاف باش نتعلموا على التجربة ديالها، وغادي نتعلم مايكرو لي ريم باش تقدم راسها قول شوية على التجربة ديالها.
السلام عليكم. شكرا في وشكرا دوار تك l'invitation. Alors رجالة أنا اللي غادي يجيبني mon business هو أنه كنت الباركور ديالي هو عندي واحد لو باركور اللي شوية نقولوا كلاسيك، يعني قريت في الليسي يعني كنت اورينتيت سيونس مات، ما عرفتش علاش قالوا لي دير سيونس مات، درت سيونس مات. شديت الباك، قلت لهم سمحوا لي هادشي ماشي ديالي، المات ماشي ديالي، قلبت مشيت ان بيزنس. دونك جي في دي زيتود دو بيزنس، خديت الباشلور، درت من بعد ماستر في ماركتينغ، كيعجبني الماركتينغ من ديما كان كيعجبني، قبلت الدبلوم ديالي فرحانه فهمتي فريمون بحال اللي كنكونوا كاملين تنحلموا بغينا نخدموا. هادي مشيت خدمت اي لا شانس اللي كانت عندي هو انني خدمت مع واحد ملي كيكون عندك ماناجر زوين كتعلم منه بزاف. دونك سا سي لا شانس اللي كانت عندي. وكنعقل على واحد المره كنا جالسين وهو هذا الماناجر ديالي كان ديك الساعات كنا خدامين في سكون ابلي لي سيتيزنشيب، سي بحال قلتي سي لا ريسبونسابيلتي سوسيال. كنا كنخدموا على لي دوناسيون لوجيسيال، يعني كنخدموا مع الجمعيات وكنعطيوهم لي لوجيسيال. وكانت واحد لا بلاتفورم دومبلويابيليتي كنت في الشركه اللي خدامه فيها، كانوا يلاه غيلونسي واحد لا بلاتفورم دومبلويابيليتي. والاول مره كنكتشف بعض المسائل اللي كنت كنعرفها ولكن ما كنعرفهاش. يعني كنكتشف بانه مثلا راه كاين واحد الفرق كبير ما بين داكشي اللي تنقراو وما بين الخدمه. ما بين مثلا ما كيعلموناش مثلا في المدرسه، ما كنتعلموش البيرسونال براندين، كيفاش نهضروا على راسنا، ما كنتعلموش كيفاش نقدموا الخدمه ديالنا، ما كنتعلموش كيفاش نفكروا بطريقه يعني داك ليسبري كريتيك. بزاف ديال المسائل اللي ملي كتوصل الخدمه كلشي كيتسناك تكون هادشي كتعرفو. يعني حنا ما غاديش نتعطلوا معاك باش عاد تعلم هادشي، خصك تكون كتعرفو. اي هاد لا بلاتفورم هاديك الا دريسي هاد لا بروبليماتيك. دونك انا كنت ديجا تما بديت كنت نقرب شويه ما بين المسائل اللي كنا كنخدموا عليها. سي لونتربرونيا، كان واحد البروغرام ديال لونتربرونيا، كان واحد البروغرام ديال لامبلويابيليتي ديال لي جون الى اخره. اي انا الخدمه ديالي سيتي نخدم مع لي ريلاسيون بوبليك باش كنجمعوا القصص الزوينين وكنعطيوهم لي ريلاسيون بوبليك بور مونطري بيان سور كو لا بلاتفورم خدامه الى اخره. اي ان فيت العام الاول داز بحال هكذا، سيتي مانيفيك لانه كنت كنكتشف كنتعلم كنحس براسي داكشي كيتطور في دماغي، جو ديكوفري ان موند. والعام الثاني هاد لو ماناجر واحد النهار كنت جالسه معاه هو يسولني واحد السؤال فيت اتونسيون بحال هاد لي كيسيون باسكو قال لي ريم اش بغيتي ديري بحياتك؟ قلت له انا عرفتي جاوبت داك الجواب اللي كنحفظوه في المدرسه. قلت له انا جي انفي داتر ماركتين ماناجر، دابا غادي نخدم معاه هنايا شويه وغادي نطلع شويه وبغيت نبقى نطلع وهذا. قال لي اوكي ومن بعد اش بغيتي؟ اي ان فيت هو ستادير il était pas impressionné، حسيت به داكشي اللي تنقول ليه انا ما كيحس بيا كنعرض او فيت. هادشي تنقول لكم دابا مي على ليبوك سا ما فرستري، واش انا تنقول بغيت ماركتين ماناجر هو تيشوف فيا تيقول لي ومن بعد علاش؟ واحد شويه يقول لي سولني واحد السؤال، قال لي وهادشي زعما فريمون سي سكو تو فو، هادشي انت اللي بغيتيه؟ اي سي ا سو مومون لا جي كومونسي ا مبوزي لا كيسيون، عرفتي بحال شعل لي واحد البوله في دماغي ديال شنو بغيت. ما عمرني سولت راسي شنو بغيت. دونك بديت كنتسائل، بدا هاد التساؤل كيخدم. الوغ هاد لو كيستيونمون غادي يدوم واحد عام تقريبا ولا عام وشي حاجه. Et à un moment, je vais quitter le travail. المهم il y aura un concours de circonstances. خرجت من الخدمة. Et أول مرة كانت عندي ديك الساعات 26 عام. اللي أول مرة في حياتي غنحبس غندير بوز وغنقول صبر نشوف شنو بغيت. Entre temps, j'avais fait un burn-out. comme quoi les burn-out peuvent être extrêmement sympathiques ملي كتبغي تعرف راسك شنو بغيتي ملي كتعرف تصنت ليهم parce que je me suis assise وقلت OK comment je suis arrivée là يعني كيفاش وصلت للburn-out وشنو بغيت من حياتي واش يعني بغيت غير نبرا ونعاود نرجع لهذا الشيء اللي كنت فيه اولا كاين شي حاجه اولا هذا البرنامج جا لحياتي باش يقول لي شي حاجه باش يقريني بلي خصني كاين شي درس خصني نتعلمه واللي باقي ما بغيتش نتعلمه ولا ما بغيتش نسمع ليه. Et donc ça c'est comme ça qu'a commencé la quête. Moi je l'appelle la quête. بديت كنفكر شنو بغيت ندير في حياتي الى اخره. واحد النهار شديت ستيلو ورقه وكتبت كلشي داكشي اللي بغيت. Et d'ailleurs c'est pour ça que ma société s'appelle Dream parce que سميت هذا my dream self. يعني أنا في الأحلام ديالي شنو بغيت نكون، وكتبت واحد لا ليست بحال هكداك وحطيتها. ملي كتبداو تصنتوا الحياة كتبدا تجاوب. entre temps غادي par hasard غنتلاقى واحد الكور ديال ديفلوبمون بيرسونيل، وانا كنسمع داكشي ديال ديفلوبمون بيرسونيل مزيان وقلت عرفتي شنو غادي نجي نشوف. والله quand je suis rentrée je n'avais aucune intention de faire du développement personnel. Je suis rentrée بالفكرة ديال أنه بغيت نفهم كيفاش وصلت راسي لهاد الدرجة هادي وشنو اللي نقدر نتعلم على راسي. سيتي د لا كوريوزيتي. دخلت وبديت كنكتشف شي حوايج، كنكتشف لي كرويونس ليميتانت، يعني داكشي اللي حنا كنامنوا به واللي ما كيكونش ديال بصح، بلي كل واحد فينا بطريقه باش تربى بطريقه باش كبر الى اخره راه حاجه اللي تقدر ترد واحد فرحان يمكن لها ما تفرحش واحد اخر، بلي كل واحد فينا عنده خصوصيات ديالو. بديت اي ان فيت بلوس شحال ما كنت كنتعلم هادشي شحال ما كنقول صبر وهادشي ما قراوهش ليا، صبر وعلاش انا هادشي ما كنتش عارفاه. لقيت راسي بانه ان فيت انا ماشي ما كنتش عارفه راسي شنو بغيت، انا عارفه راسي ملي كنت صغيره وانا عارفه راسي شنو بغيت، ولكن انا كبره في واحد لا فامي دو اون فامي دو كلاس موين، يعني عائله مغربيه عاديه اللي الا قلتي لهم بغيت ندير لا ميوزيك ولا بغيت ندير لاغ ولا داكشي ديال الفنون الى اخره غيقول لك قصلرت باش تكون عندك خدمه وهذا الشيء الاخر مزيان. سي ان باس طون. لا سيكوريتي مهمه، لا سيكوريتي خصك تكون عندك. فانا بديت كنتسائل وانا شنو بغيت. et انا pendant toute ma vie j'ai toujours dit que je voulais être entrepreneur بطريقه او باخرى. بغيت نبدا بروجي، بديت كنصيفط فاش كنت خدامه هادشي فاش كنت خدامه كانوا دوك الكنيدرات ديالنا كنت كنصيفطهم لعند واحد صاحبتي في كينيا، حيت هي في كينيا، وكنت كنصيفطهم لها وكنشوف كيفاش الناس في كينيا كيتعاملوا مع الكنادر ديال المغرب. يعني حنا بالنسبه لنا قندوره هما كيديروها كاشمايو. اي سيتي دي شوز كو جو ديكوفري فهمتي. مي ما عمرني جلست مع راسي وقلت اي تيان هادشي كامل اللي جالسه كتجربيه شنو كيقول عليك. Et donc, ça a donné naissance au bout de واحد 8 شهور تقريبا عام. Ça va donner naissance à Dream Agency. Et Dream Agency c'est simplement pour moi فاش بديتها ما كانش عندي فكرة ديال البيزنس موديل وهذا الشيء كامل. بون كون جيت بديتها دابا غيكون عندي تفكير آخر واللي غنهضروا عليه ديال الديزاين ثينكين علاش مهم تبدا بالديزاين ثينكين. أنا بديتو دو مانيير يعني نقول لكم انتويتيف، يعني بديت بالحدس غير كنقلب وقلت خصني ندير شي حاجة باش نرجعوا للحلم، حيت كل واحد فينا عنده حلم وكل واحد فينا عنده قدرات اللي تمكنه انه يوصل للحلم او لا يمكن له يتعلمها باش يوصل للحلم ديالو. ولكن الا بقينا كل واحد فينا تيقول لا هذه بزاف هذه ما كايناش هذه ماشي ليا انا هذه الاخرين هذه كيف اللي كيوقع هو اننا كنسمحوا في الاحلام ديالنا، وماشي غير كنوليو كنسمحوا في الاحلام ديالنا كنوليو كنحاولوا نحطموا الاخرين اللي كيحقدوا يمشيو للحلم ديالهم. اي صا الا شفتوا غير يعني للاسف بزاف ديال لي كان اللي عندنا كتلاحظ بان مثلا الناس كيكون شويه ديال الغيره مع بعضياتهم، الواحد ما كيبغيش الخير الاخر. علاش؟ لانه هو قام مع راسو بعدا. اي دونك ملي انا كنقمع راسي وما تنخليش راسي نحلم، ملي كيجي شي واحد يعطيني الحلم ديالو تنقول له لا ما تقدرش، لا هادشي ما يمكنش، حيت انا ما قادرش نسمح لراسي. Et c'est comme ça que ça a commencé. Donc aujourd'hui, Dream, ce que je fais, c'est concrètement après 3 ans, حاليا كنخدم بزاف عندنا لا بارتي كوتشين وكاين لي بارتي فورماسيون يعني عندي توت ان بروغرام اللي سميتو دريم لايف ديال كيفاش كنخدموا على يعني سا دور ان موا وكل مره كنخدموا على ان اسبي من الحياه وشنو الحلم ديالك في هذا لاسبي هذا وحنا غاديين وحنا كنبنيو ان فيت نقدر نبدا نعاود لكم بزاف على هاد لي بروغرام الكاملين كاين دريم لاف كاين دريم سيلف كاين بزاف ولكن من هاد الشيء كامل المهم هو انه اللي كنحاول ندير في هاد لي فورماسيون كاملين هو ان نرجع الواحد للحلم ديالو لان كل واحد فينا كان امن انا شخصيا بانه الا ما كنتيش عندك القدرات باش تحقق واحد الحلم ما غيطيحش لك في بالك كاع دونك دو مومون كنت كتفكر فيه بديتي كتخمم فيه راه كاين عندك باش تبدا دونك فوالا c'est un peu ça mon histoire après si vous voulez qu'on parle ديال le détail de l'entrepreneur de l'entreprise كيفاش طلعت كيفاش تقاتلت عليها الى اخره vos questions sont les bienvenues
شكرا بزاف ريم. أنا كنقول واو على القصة ديالك وبغينا نعرف أكثر ولكن بغينا نبداو مع participants باش هما يشاركوا معك وعرفت أمنية صفات شي أسئلة اللي أنا سبسك قبيلة ممكن أمنية إلا بغيتي تسول نيشان and ريم.
I think I put in too many questions. I don't remember all of them, but I remember some. Okay, so the first question here, هادوك face-to-face coaching sessions. I just wanted to know more details about them.
Okay. Is it okay if I answer in Arabic? I'm lost in languages. Whichever language you guys want, I'm okay with. Okay. Alors, le one-on-one sessions اللي كندير أنا, c'est des coaching sessions. هادوك c'est vraiment, it's like, c'est du coaching pur et dur. Alors, le coaching شنو هو بعدا باش نعرفوا شنو هو, c'est pas du conseil, c'est pas quoi que ce soit. C'est quand تكون une personne قبالتي وهي كتهضر وأنا كنسولها. En fait, what I'm trying to do is to deconstruct their version of reality. What they see as reality. أي مشكل c'est-à-dire que par exemple في la psychothérapie relationnelle غيقول لكم بأنه un système ne crée un problème que s'il a la solution. بمعنى أنه الإنسان ما كيطرح مشكل حتى كيكون عنده الحل غير هو خصو يحفر شوية باش يلقى داك الحل. جينيرالمون ملي كيجي شي واحد كيبقى يشكي تقول ودابا اش بالك ما يدار ودابا الصراحه انا فكرت في هذه وفكرت في هذه وفكرت في هذه il n'a pas besoin كنعطيه انا الحل عنده مي كيكون اما تيظن بانه لا it's too far fetched لا انا ما هادشي بعيد عليا انا ما نقدرش لا ولكن هادشي بزاف كاين حتى بارفوا دي كرويونس ليميتانت ديال مثلا انني الحلم ديالي خصو يوصلني ببساطه باسكو ملي كنسمعوا سكسيس ستوريز سي واحد النهار جاتني الفكره وصافي وطلعت لونتربريز اي ما كنشوفوش ديك المقاتله ديال داي باي داي راه مره كتربح ومره كتخسر ومره كتاكل العصا ومره كيمشيو لك الفلوس ومره كتنجح وفاش كتنجح كيجيك واحد تيقول لك واه برافو نجحتي برافو عليك اتسيتيرا اي دونك ملي كنكون ما عارفش القصه كامله شنو كنقول ايوا انا كنتكرفس صافي ديك هادشي ماشي ديالي هادشي جاني صعيب اذا انا راه ماشي ديال هادشي اولا انا غلطت وهذا il y a beaucoup de croyances limitantes par rapport لينا حنا مثلا انا نعطيك انا en tant qu'entrepreneur parmi les grandes choses اللي كنتخصني نخدم عليهم c'est la relation avec l'argent et je vous le dis en tant que femme entrepreneur بالضبط كنت كنحشم نطلب الفلوس sachant que راني خدمت ماشي ما خدمتش يعني لا فاكتور كنحشم نحط لا فاكتور كنحشم نعطي الدوفي ما كنتش كنشوف بانه راه انا كنعطي ان سيرفيس هنا كترجع للسيلف استيم كترجع للسيلف كونفيدنس اولا مثلا شي حاجه بحال دابا لي كور كنعرفهم مثلا راه كيديروا الطون كنبيعهم بنص الثمن اللي هو بزاف اي بورطون انا كنخلص داك الثمن عند واحد اخر ولكن انا حشمت نقول شحال خصني et en fait ce que ça fait c'est que the business could not be sustainable l'entreprise ما كيمكنلهاش الا ما حسبتيش لي زور دو ترافاي ديالك الساعات ديالك ديال الخدمه وتدخلهم في لو دوفي ديالك مثلا كتوحل لان ما عمر لو بيزنس ما كيقدر يوقف على رجليه، كتبقى ديما انت خصك اللي تجرو، ولا ما جريتيش انت ما كاينش ما يمكنلوش يوقف. دونك هادي ام جيفين يو زعما جو دون واحد لا كرويونس ليميتانت اللي كانت عندي، وكاينين شحال وحدين اخرين. Et en fait, entrepreneurship is the ultimate personal development experience. لأن داك الشيء كامل كتخدموه. If your business is not working, it's about you. There's something to fix. C'est soit une croyance par rapport à l'argent مثلا، soit une croyance ديال self esteem, self confidence. ما كنقدرش نمشي نهضر مع الناس مثلا، ما كنمشيش نبيع باسكو خايف من لو روجي، يعني خايف يقولوا لي لا هادشي ديالك ما مزيانش. كيكونوا بزاف ديال لي بور. Et donc بحال دابا one-to-one sessions pour revenir à ta question, it's just working on that. C'est-à-dire كنجلس مع لا بيرسون، عاود لي شنو واقع، وكنبقاو نقلبوا على شنو هي هاد لا كرويونس هادي اللي جالسه كتلعب ليه في اللور ديال دماغو اللي هو ما شايفهاش. Et les gens le disent à un moment ou à un autre كتطلع بوحدها. Ah, c'est vrai que j'ai fait ça. And you're like, yeah. Donc voilà.
Thank you so much for the insights.
ندوزو على غزلان.
غزلان.
Yeah. Hello, Rim. Like I really found what you were discussing about following your dreams or trying to understand what you want to do in life very interesting, because even for me, like I'm very interested in entrepreneurship and all this, but at the same time, I always ask myself this question, because I have other passions other than doing social work. I really want to learn more about Japanese language and culture and all that. But recently I've been thinking, since I'm thinking in this entrepreneurial thing, I thought, why not actually use it in my training and educational projects, which I'm planning to do. So I just want to know, how can you actually balance between your passion and the things that you want to do in life to help other people? Because for me, when I started thinking about this, I thought that perhaps I'm a little bit selfish to think that I want something to do it for myself and then to help other people. So I would really like to hear your opinion. I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
Sorry. En fait, I was just asking if you could please repeat the last part of the question, and then I'll give you.
The last part, what I said in the end.
Yes. So what? Like
So I said,
do you feel that you're selfish? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. So you feel that you're selfish if you're following your own passion?
I feel like if I follow my passion and the things that I love the most, that means that I'm somehow selfish. But now I'm thinking I could actually use that in my project.
And what is your project?
I want to create like educational programs and trainings for girls living in rural areas.
Okay.
And yeah, also boys, actually. I want to include both boys and girls.
Okay, so you talked about a lot of things there. So I'll just go bit by bit. So first of all, from what I'm hearing, you're a multi-passionate person. So it means you have multiple passions. You have to prioritize. You can do anything you want in life. You can have it all sequentially, but not at the same time. Which means you have to decide which one makes more sense to start with at this stage of your life with what you have. So for example, I'll just say, for example, I heard about Japanese language. Like I'm passionate about Japanese. I want to learn Japanese, etc., etc. You're starting an education company. Maybe it could be interesting to offer Japanese classes, and this is a way to do it. You know, joindre l'utile à l'agréable, comme on dit. Tu vois, تديرهم بجوج. Now, with that being said, المشكل ملي كتكونوا multi-passionate entrepreneur, it's actually very nice, but it's also dangerous. علاش? Because généralement, les gens qui ont plusieurs passions كيبغيو يبداو كلشي مرة واحدة. Et ça, c'est un danger. C'est un danger parce que في الأول it's fun. When you just start in the project, it's fun. عندك 20,000 حاجة. But once you start having problems in your businesses and you have to troubleshoot different businesses, it's going to collapse. And so my advice is use your multi-passionate spirit to be creative in one of the businesses. So for example, I have education, I have Japanese, I have, I don't know, maybe I'm passionate about the digital world, etc. Okay, how can I bridge these three? Maybe I like art. Okay, how can I include art, for example, in the way I'm teaching and provide like an innovative way of teaching? But at this stage, you're still working with one business. You're just trying to include your passions so that your business looks different. If it's completely different and you cannot think of a way to integrate both, start with whatever seems easier or important to you. C'est-à-dire, à ce moment-là, il ما يمكنليش نبدا كل شيء مرة واحدة. I can use my creativity, include some parts of the fun, you know, in my business, mais نخليه à côté, and you don't have to live from your passion. Sometimes it's better to have a passion as a passion and not monetize it. I'll give you an example of one of the people I coached. Elle fait du dessin. هي كترسم. Elle fait des tableaux زوينين magnifiques etc. واحد النهار قالت غادي تنوض غادي تبدا تولي غتبدا يخلصوها الناس باش تبيع دوك لي طابلو. قالت لي I couldn't find pleasure in doing it anymore. C'était plus un plaisir, c'était devenu une corvée, c'était devenu un travail. So be aware that sometimes monetizing your passion can kill the fun. If you're thinking of like, you know, creating something innovative and it speaks to your soul and you want to do it and it's your dream, go for it. But you don't have to monetize all your passions. Some passions will be for fun and some passions you can work with, for example, in your business. Does that answer your question? And no, it is not selfish.
Thank you so much.
And it is
Thank you so much. That was so helpful.
It's creative.
Thank you.
It's creative. It's not selfish. It's thinking out of the box.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think that's super important for women too.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so we have Islam now. Just gonna add her up here. Islam, بغيتي تسولي.
Okay, so السلام عليكم مرة أخرى ريم. شكرا بزاف على الباشن اللي كتعطينا وعلى عندك واحد البوزيتيف انرجي اللي لا شعوريا كتجي بها لعندنا. شكرا بزاف على داك البوزيتيف انرجي هي اللي محتاجينها صراحه، خصوصا حنا يلاه بادين فهادشي ديال الانتربرونيا وانتربرنورشيب وما عارفينش بزاف د الحوايج وخايفين من المستقبل. داك المستقبل كيفاش غادي يكون، واش غادي نمشيو مزيان، واش غادي وحش جاي. فالسؤال ديالي على هاد القضيه ديال الخوف. بعض المرات خصوصا دابا فاش بديت انا كان عندي واحد ليدي صراحه، كنت عندي واحد ليدي وعلى واحد البروجي باغا نقادو ملي كنت تقريبا شنقول كنت صغيره بزاف وانا عندي نفس هاد الايديا انني بغيت ندير واحد البروجي. دابا ملي بديت في الاي دبليو اي وكنقرا في دريم بيلدر وكنسمع بزاف ديال other empowering women and everything. دابا كيجيني بحال الايديا ديالي it's useless، ما بقاتش عجباني، بحال كنقول مع راسي probably I should change my business. واش دابا السؤال ديالي ليك انت واش عمرك فكرتي انك تشونجي الايديا ديال البيزنس ديالك في الاول فاش يلا بديتي، ولا لا بديتي بواحد ليدي وكملتي بها حتى الاخر؟ واش عمرك جاوك زعما هاد الافكار في دماغك انك انت تبغي تبدلي المشروع ديالك؟
Okay, alors just to be clear, Dream دابا باقي ما عنديش a fixed business model. I'm still changing business models parce que the moment I had a valid business model, Corona hit. And then I had to change it all over again. Yay! En fait, alors pourquoi je te dis ça? Parce que en fait, l'anti ولا غزلان juste comme je te lis نفس topic, so I'm going to talk about it. En fait, I'm also a multi-passionate entrepreneur. So I love so many things. And I learned the hard way not to launch many businesses at the same time. So that's why I'm saying you do it sequentially. علاش؟ parce que ملي كتبدا you start, it's fun, it's cool, you like it, and then it gets boring. Because that's the truth. It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. There are numbers, administrative stuff. It's boring. Like, that's the boring stuff. You can find new ideas and incorporate them into your business. You can change the whole business. You can do many things, but just be aware that when you change the idea completely, it means starting from scratch. And you can only afford to do it for so long. علاش؟ Parce que if you want to build momentum, if you want to scale your business, at a certain point you will have to stick to something. It doesn't mean that you'll do it forever. Once the business is up and running, or you automate the processes, or you automate everything, you can start another business and you become a serial entrepreneur. You can sell the business and use the money to launch an even bigger business. But just, zoom out. Is this still relevant for me? ولا is the idea completely obsolete? parce que parfois عاوتاني اللي كيوقع. Alors I want you to differentiate between two things. الاولى سي منين كنبدل الفكره غير حيت بان لي هذاك عنده واحد البيزنس ايديا زوينه وبغيت ندير بحالو. اولا سمعت بشي حاجه and I'm like woo. And sometimes par contre كاين la deuxième façon, c'est que بعض المرات كنبدا and I realized that I was close to the problem, but not exactly addressing the problem. Et là, c'est la notion de pivot. Ça, c'est pas la même chose. أنا أعطيكم un exemple ديال البيفو اللي وقع a real example. ستيف جوبز فاش كان بدا قبل ما يبدا بيكسار كانت عنده واحد لا كومباني سميتها نيكست. and هو كان تيبين بغى يبين حيت اون غرو باش نعطيكم القصه هو ان كنا نجراو عليه من البورد ديال ابل. دونك بدا واحد الشركه كدير بحال الخدمه ديال ابل يعني كيديروا الهاردوير وبغى يبين بانه هذوك لي بي سي ديالو ils sont puissants. دونك غيدير واحد الانيميشن موفي to show the power of his new computer. What started happening c'est que Hollywood companies started asking for animation movies. En fait, on lui a demandé de faire des animés. Et là, il a fait ce que tu dis, c'est ce qui est le pivot. He was like, oh, wait a minute. There is a need here. There is an even bigger opportunity here. Tu vois? And that's when he switched. Là, c'est différent. C'est-à-dire que بعض المرات كندخلوا لune industrie ولا كندخلوا لun projet ولا هذا ما فاهمينوش مزيان. And that's going to bring me to the concept of design thinking اللي ما عرفتش واش كلكم if you are familiar with design thinking. Parce que the basis of design thinking is a way of ideating of creating business ideas. اللي كتبدا أول step one فيه هو empathy. Empathy means you understand what the person in front of you is going through. What is the exact problem? What are they exactly facing? What are their frustrations? For example, for marketing, as marketers, this is literally what we live for. We want to know what your frustrations are to be able to sell you stuff. This is what they do. Because once the customer feels that you understand their frustration, that you understand that you can put yourself in their shoes, there's automatically a connection that's created. And they're willing to pay whatever you're asking them for to solve their problem. Now, why am I talking about that? علاش كنهضر لكم بالضبط على الامباثي وعلى ديزاين ثينكين اتسيتيرا؟ حيت حنا شنو كنديروا جينيرالمون كنفكروا في البرودوي. tu sais quoi فكرت في واحد القرعه تكون زوينه وغتكون هكا وغتكون دايره بحال هكذا وغندير فيها واحد البرودوي زوين ماشا. Okay, this is great. What problem are you trying to solve? What is the need you're trying to address? Who are your customers? Where do they spend their time? Why would they buy your product? Why would they use your service? Sometimes as entrepreneurs, and I'll tell you this, هذه تعلمتها في واحد la formation. On nous disait souvent, because we love our companies, they tell us, votre bébé est moche. Your baby's ugly. Until the customer says otherwise. C'est-à-dire que, par exemple, si c'est le consommateur, مثلا Islam, qui te dit, your customers are saying, nah, I'm not willing to pay. Even, by the way, even when people don't buy your product, this is feedback. And it's priceless feedback. It's telling you you're doing something the wrong way. Either you're not talking to the right people, you're not selling at the right price point, you're not giving the right product. If they show interest and then they leave, you touched something close to their need. Ask them, why didn't you buy? What would motivate you to buy? People are very generous with insights when you ask them. So just, so this is like this. These are the 2 points for changing a business. Just first of all, know why you're changing the business. And this is why I asked you, like, why do you want to change the idea? If it's not interesting to you anymore, maybe it's a good idea to change it altogether. Honestly, if it's not, because it's a lot of work. Honestly, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of frustration. So at least make sure that the vision is inspiring enough, that it's pulling you enough that you can invest the time, energy, money that is necessary for it to work. Pour revenir, le Dream started as a communications agency. Then we switched into a coaching business, personal development / coaching business. And now it's turned into an online education company. I really cannot tell you that I had this vision from day one. But what I can tell you is that throughout all of this, we've worked on 2 main things: making people bring their dreams to reality and helping them find the vision for themselves. So I did it in many different ways because I was trying to understand my customer and what do they need and how can I get to them. And I've changed the way I work with my customer, but the vision at the core of what I'm doing it's always the same thing. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it answers it perfectly. But the thing, I'm like Rizlan, I have different interests. وفاش كنبدا مثلا نويتي between the first interest, the second interest, كنظن باللي probably the thing I'm studying is better than the thing like just my hobby, because now I want to develop a project out of my hobby. I love design. I love doing the stuff I'm doing. I love it so much. But sometimes I think probably if I do the thing I'm studying, because I'm too passionate about education. I like education. I am a teacher myself. I don't want to stop teaching. As I said at the very beginning, I love teaching. When I'm in the classroom, I'm alive. انا بحال داك الحوته، الكلاس روم بالنسبه لي هو البحر، تحيدني من البحر، تحيدني من الكلاس روم، تحيدني صافي غادا نموت. فبالنسبه لي كنقول بروبابلي الا درت شي بروجي اللي عنده علاقه بالتيتشين غادي نبقى في التيتشين وغادي يكون less work for me. ماشي بحال دابا تندير البروجي ديالي هو ديزاين ديال الكلوثز. I design clothes. So basically كنظن باللي ما عرفتش.
Is there a way for you to mix both?
I can work on both of them, you mean?
No, or to create a business that mixes both. Like, for example, teaching people how to do what you're doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a great idea.
See, girls, this is what I want you to get. Stop putting silos in between things. Don't put silos. Creativity. Or what we call disruptive innovation is that. is when you mix different areas that for most people, most people will never think of, let me mix these two things. But some businesses do. And they succeed because they were able to bring something innovative, but something that interests a few people. Now, does it mean that your idea will succeed? That's for you to look for, maybe I can do design for furniture. Maybe it will be in the form of workshops so that people can make their own clothes and then have their own personalized stuff. I don't know how you can, tu vois? That's for you to figure out, like, what form of the business would interest people so that they would pay their money, spend some time with me for me to teach them something. But the more you understand your customer, so here's the thing, think of your customer and think of yourself. What are your passions? What are the things that you love doing? What are your in terms of skills, what are your skills? Are you a good public speaker? Are you good with your hands? Are you good craftsperson? What do you know? What can you do? And then how can I mix all of that and create something that's mine? And then et laissez votre imagination. You can even create like 4 different businesses, and then, for example, run an interview with people and see which one they would think is the most interesting to them, and see their reactions. When you say, for example, master classes, do people say, yes, I want that? Or they're more into maybe workshops, or maybe they want something else, or they will be, no, now it's Corona and I'm not really interested. And be willing to listen and see.
Thank you so much. It's really useful. Thank you.
I love this. So next we have Manel.
Okay, thank you so much, Faye. Hello, Rim. Hi. First of all, I think that Islam is really right. You have good vibes. I don't know why, but you are sharing with us good vibes and positive energy. Thank you so much. And my question, it's not a question, but it's a statement. So I want from you to share with us your experience about working on your project is related to personal development. Okay, so I'm working on a project related to leadership culture and developing leadership culture, and I'm working with schools. And as you know, it's really a new culture, and I want to know from you how it was working on a new culture like personal development. Et surtout, puisque I'm working with schools with nerve زعما comment je peux زعما influencer ولا influencer sur مثلا les parents ديال داك les élèves pour مثلا واخا هما ما يكونوش عارفين the interests of leadership and بلي their children خاصهم يديفلوبيو leadership skills. كيفاش انا خاصني ندير داك نشونجي لا كولتور ديالتهم. If there is something to recommend or from your personal experience.
Okay. First of all, I think your project is great because we need more leaders.
Exactly.
Now to answer your question, I think I will tell you why. Much easier to get to your student. Hello, can you hear me?
No, yes.
Oh my God, I think you lost me. I don't know if you heard any of what I said.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So basically what I was saying is, first of all, I love your project and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because leadership is honestly something that we definitely need. We need more leaders, more servant leaders in this country. Now, with that being said, my personal perspective would be, if you're working with schools, keep working with schools. Don't care about the parents. If the kids are influenced enough, they will, par ricochet, they will influence their parents. C'est-à-dire que, en fait, you're working in an ecosystem. If you influence one member of the ecosystem, the whole ecosystem changes, because it's a co-creation. If the kids start, are really into leadership and they're convinced about it, and they will talk to their parents. Dad, we did this. We all did it. We go home and then we start telling our parents about what we saw at school, if it's something that that sounds really interesting to us. Now what you could do maybe is also organize maybe like awareness sessions for parents or things like that, if you really want to work with the parents. But from my experience, it's much easier to get to young people, because their mind is still open for change, and they're still up to it. Starting at a certain age, the brain is a little more difficult to change, because you cannot tricks. C'est difficile. Starting at a certain age, we need an existential crisis to be willing to change. And so unless you get to these parents right now is a good moment to do that. With the coronavirus, with the general anxiety that's going on, maybe they will be willing to listen. But overall, changing the mind of young people is much easier, because they're more receptive to new ideas. Generally, if you work with like, I'm gonna say middle-aged people, it is a little bit difficult, especially given your age as well. And I'm very sorry to say that. And I know that it is in no way relevant to the conversation, but perception is a strong thing when it comes to listening and having authority. So I would say, build on your success, try to be the demonstration of whatever you are teaching. It will get you the attention of the right people.
Okay. Le truc, c'est que surtout, en fait, d'abord, j'ai déjà fait بحال programme en ligne, وكان مع high school students. ولكن زعما كان فري، دونك ما كان زعما هما من جهتهم ما كانش غادي يعطيو شي حاجه كثيره ابا انهم يبارتيسيبيو ويكونوا لونغاجمون اكسيتيرا اكسيتيرا. مي دابا كاينه زعما عندي واحد ليدي سي دو فير لا كوميرسياليزاسيون دي برودوي لي لهاد لو دومين ديال ليدرشيب. وهنا فين خايفه زعما سورتو من هاد القضيه، على فاش نقول لا كوميرسياليزاسيون واخا يكون لو برودوي سي بور زعما هادوك لي زيليف وغيكون زعما لاج ديالهم، مي فاش كترجع كتقول داك الساعه شكون هيخلص لو برودوي، هنا تولي عاود كتعامل مع لي بارون ديال
who's your client. حيت انا قلت لي I work with schools. Your client in this the school, it's not the parent.
Yeah. En fait les deux دابا لو بروجي سي كاين أنا كنديرو لي بروغرام في لي زيكول، هذا زعما كيكونوا فور فري، دونك ما كاين حتى شي مشكل. باغ كونطخ هادي ان اوتر ايتاب تكون وحده اخرى، ولا زعما غادي نخدموا على واحد لو بروجي هو لا كوميرسياليزاسيون ديال لي برودوي ديال ليدرشيب. علاش حنا اصلا زعما فكرنا في هاد ليدي باش نديرو داك لوطو فينونسمون، لو فاش كنبقاو نديرو لي بروغرام مع لي زيكول، دونك كنحتاجو اشاك فوا زعما كنحتاجو واحد لو بيدجي باش نديرو داك لو بروغرام. لا داكشي فكرنا في هاد ليدي ديال لا كوميرسياليزاسيون ديال لي برودوي باش زعما هكا.
Okay, then this is different. Parce que comme tu m'as dit, je travaille avec les écoles. By the way, schools can pay. Make them pay.
ولكن حنا كنخدموا public schools ماشي private.
اوكي
des écoles زعما.
tu peux commencer à travailler مثلا تقدر تبدا تخدم مع private schools and then have them pay for it. It's good for their branding. It's good for their image to be saying, oh, we do leadership classes for our students and all of that. So, you know, you don't care. Build on that. The second thing that I wanted to share with you is that your beneficiary is not always the one to pay. Cherche par exemple des programmes qui existent, qui pourraient te sponsoriser so that you can work with other people. This is also a very valid business model. I'll start with, you know, US Embassy. Go look for programs that could support you. Leadership and all of that. ماشي غير US Embassy. There are many embassies that can support. غير الامباسيز بوحدهم بعدا. There are many funds, incubators. Go look for money. Their money is available. Après, what you can do also is مثلا raise funds and look for a business model that would help you get money from somewhere and not make your beneficiaries pay, or have like a free version until your free version takes on, and then have like the premium version. This is what also many entrepreneurs do. They give a lot for free, and then once they prove that once you will have success stories, you will have proven your model, then you can charge people. But guys, for all of you, think of your ideas in terms of 5 years, 10 years. So in the first 2-3 years, find someone to pay for the classes. Once you'll validate and you'll have success stories and you can push your success stories and be like, yay, this is what we can do with our classes, people will be willing to pay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You say you're offering free counseling sessions.
Yeah, that's like, guys, I'll be charging you for this.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, oh my goodness, we have to pay you. Deal back.
Yes, please. Okay, I had a question, I think, from Ahmed, right? And then Jihan.
Ahmed is actually our facilitator, but I'll give the floor to him.
How are you, Faye? Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Rim. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Well, this is my good evening, ladies. Also, I see here only most of you are from court A, as I see. I don't see ladies from court B. What are you? Okay, good. Anyway, so this is the first time I attend the digital expert session, and I'm very, happy to attend this session this evening. So thank you again, Rim. I found it interesting, in fact. So as Faye, has just said, I'm a facilitator, and this is just, I don't have a question, in fact, but I just wanted to say that you gave me, a good idea. This is a kind of inspiration about my next session with the ladies. To speak about the importance of inspiration and about passion. مرة أخرى غادي نعاود نقولها بالعربية. فالأهمية ديال الشغف مهمة بزاف. دايوغ كنظن كلكم لاحظتوها في ستوري ديال ريم. When we do something by passion, when we are really passionate about what we do, so all the chances of success, let's say, are here. They are gathered here, in fact. دايوغ اللي لاحظتوا انه في الوقت اللي كنعمل واحد الحاجه لانها ايفيكتيفمون واحد النتيجه ديال واحد الشغف معين، فكيف ما كيكون الحال الحظوظ كلها ديال النجاح كتكون متوفره. هذه الحاجه الاولى. الحاجه الثانيه اللي غادي نطرقوا لها ان شاء الله, this is once again a second subject which we'll be dealing with during the next session, is هاد النقطه اللي شرط ليها ريم, وهي ديال الامبورطونس ديال لو بيفو. وان فات صدقني ديجا هضرت فيها في the two last sessions, وانه when we are a business holder او لا ملي كنكونوا عندنا هذا الروح المقاوله, ما عمرنا ما كنكون عندنا ذاك الخوف اننا في اي لحظه راه ممكن ممكن نعملوا 360 درجه باش نبدلوا البروجي ديالنا او لا كاريمون لو بيزنس موديل ديالنا. المهم يعني فاش كنكونوا انا روح المقاوله اون فيت شنو هي، وهي انه يكون عندنا هاد لا كاباسيتي، هاد القدره هذه، هو اننا اون فيت كايند ادابتيشن، يعني نقدروا اون بوس ادابتي مع كيف ما بغى يكون النوع ديال اون فيت ديال لو شونجمون. لانه في الاخر ما كاينش شي بيزنس موديل اللي هو ناجح 100%. هذه الحاجه الاولى. الحاجه الثانيه ان المقاول الناجح هو اللي كيكون عنده هذه الثقه انه يقدر يحقق يعمل هذا الكايند اوف شيفت ولا البيفو اللي سماتو ريم في اي لحظه من العمر ديال المشروع. وبالتالي فبطبيعه الحال ممكن اننا المشروع يا اما كنعملوا فيه ديزادابتاسيون سوا ابجريد او لا داون جريد. ما يهمش، المهم ليسونسيال هو اننا نبقاو غاديين في ذاك الاتجاه اللي حنا بغينا حتى كنوصلوا فينالمون هادشي اللي بغينا. وانس كان انا فات ديس واز نوت ا كويشن ان فاكت، هذا كان غير مجرد تدخل باش سميتو. وجوني بروفيتي بور ريميرسي ريم بور هاد الروح اللي عندها. Thank you again and thank you Faye and next time ladies. Ciao ciao. Bye bye.
شكرا أحمد. دابا ندوزو على جيهان باش هي تسول السؤال ديالها.
Hello Reem. Do you hear me, ladies?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you Reem for being here. Usually coaches give people like a lot of ambiguity and kind of fake hope. ولكن when a mentor gives you like real solutions, it feels like actually coaching. It feels like actually mentoring, or it gives us a lot of a boost and a lot of motivation. Thank you for being a real mentor. I will tell you about my journey, my entrepreneurial journey. I started the freelancing in 4 years ago in digital marketing fields, in a lot of fields, like writing content, preparing like a listing on eBay, blogging. Like I had a lot of experience in digital marketing as a freelancer. ولكن when I started my master's degree like 3 years ago, it was يعني التيتر ديال الماستر هو l'entrepreneuriat et développement économique. يعني when I exceed my master's degree ولا كيولي عندي واحد البيرسبكتيف ديال لونتربرونيا. ما بقيتش I stopped like accepting هذاك الفريلانسين as a job. وليت كنفكر بالبيرسبكتيف ديال البيزنس ديال الانتربرينورشيب, how to build a business and everything. So الايديا اللي كانت بدات عندي هي الاي كوميرس اللي كنت like the wild idea. وبديت كنفكر how to start like with a cheap amount of money, how to start without investing a lot زعما من كوتي فينانسي. و I had a partner there في الماستر, وبدينا كنفكروا ولقينا بان هي عندها الكوتي ديال الكرافتين, كيعجبها الكرافتين, وانا عندي الكوتي ديال like graphic design والماركتين. So we thought about a gifting shop online gifting shop. Yeah, we started the business like years ago. وفي الاول كان like perfect time كان جا مع الفالنتاين داي, يعني دابا داز عليه عام. و like we had a lot of sales, وكانت واحد الستارت اللي زوينه. ودوك الفيرز اللي كانوا عندي ما بقاوش منين بداو السيلز, وبدينا زعما كنبيعوا بداو السيلز. ما بقاش دوك الفيرز اللي كنت تخيلوهم. Especially online كانت easier. we had a lot of problems زعما to face delivery من how to deal with clients. ولكن we like it was a very good experience حيت we had a lot of problems. After that we found out how to deal with them. As you said, that's coronavirus, that's COVID, and like after 2 months of sales, we had like good tracking sales. ما بقاوش sales obviously, وانا اصلا ما بقيتش في طنجة, يعني البلاصه اللي كنت كندير فيها البزنس هبطت للرباط باش نجلس مع الدار, ومبقيناش كنبيعوا. ما بقاش داكشي اللي كان شحال هادي. و we kind of stopped كاع during البانديميك كامله. So during هذيك البانديميك انا I had to think again if it's actually زعما هذا البيزنس موديل as الجيرلز as girls said واش مازال صالح ليا، واش هذا البيزنس، واش هذا الايديا، واش هذا البيزنس موديل صالح ليا during pandemic، ولا الا هذا الشيء زاد طول، ولا الا كاع فات البانديميك واش مازال صالح ليا. وبديت كنفكر شنو، بديت كندير بحال اتود مارشي غير بيني وبين راسي، كنشوف شنو النيدز وشنو. و I thought I had a friend عاوتاني اللي هو developer، بديت كنفكر معاه. So after a lot of time فكرنا بلي I need to start a digital marketing agency ونخلي الجيفتين بوكس for now. So بدينا خدامين في الديجيتال ماركتينغ ايجنسي، خدمنا البلاتفورم، خدمنا شويه ديال السوشيال ميديا، ولكن we didn't launch yet. مازال ما we didn't launch business. واخا we are still preparing الايميل ليست اللي كنا بغينا نديروها personalized every niche. مازال خدامين على هذه القضيه. At the same time عاودت هضرت مع my partner و I had a conversation with her وبدات كتعطيني ideas، بدينا كنتفاهموا على how to get back on زعما on our business و how to diversify and how to I had زعما I had some ideas كما قلتي. كانوا دي بيفو ما كانوش باينين لينا دابا months ago ولاو كيبانوا دابا. انا ما عرفتش واش should I focus on what I actually زعما do with the new partner ولا نرجع مع ال other business and focus there ولا نحاول نوفق بيناتهم. Obviously there's not so much time زعما to deal with both business. في نظرك شنو ممكن ندير في my situation؟ and thank you.
Jihan, I have a very simple question for you. What do you want?
What do I want? As you said, it's really hard to be emotional. A new business is always exciting. To start a new business, you said في الstart ديال every business, everything is exciting, everything's fine, motivation. So obviously I want to start my digital marketing agency. ولكن خفت لندم علاش I didn't continue with the business I actually started in the first place. And that's why I'm asking you, is there any ways that I can do both?
Again, which one do you want? It really comes down to that. You can be on both, but you cannot be managing both. From what I understand, that you have a partner.
Yeah, I do have a partner in both businesses.
In both businesses, you have a partner, so you can be part-time on both. Just be aware that it's going to be a lot of work. And when you start digital agency, if you start having clients and you have picky clients, it is kind of a challenge. So I mean, and again, I mean, guys, I really do appreciate that you come to me with this with the question, but here it would be like a coaching question, like what do you want? And what efforts are you willing to put? And what like what sacrifices are you willing to put? Because obviously it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of mental work, but if you can organize it. I mean, there are many people who handle many organizations at the same time. John Butcher is head of 20 companies. Who am I to say it's not possible? All I'm saying is that you're launching both companies at the same time. The online gift shop is an amazing idea. A digital agency, especially that you have expertise in the area, is a very good idea. Like, both ideas are really good. Now it really comes down to you. What are you willing to invest efforts in knowledge and emotions as well? Because like it's a roller coaster, especially at the beginning. There's a problem with delivery, like you said. Sometimes problems with delivery, problems with with partners, problems with clients. So I mean, but if you feel like, okay, both of them are really important to me and I want to do both, talk to your partners and make sure they're on board with you being on two different businesses, because it means you'll be part-time on both businesses. It really depends on what you want to do. But if you want to talk more about it, like we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm really sorry because like I am not qualified to answer that question.
Don't be sorry, relax, don't be. Thank you for listening to me.
Oh, one last thing, pardon. One last thing about something that you said that I heard. Guys, please don't think of the pandemic as a moment of problems. You get to decide if it's a time of great opportunity or of great challenges. I'll give you an example. The pet business has increased by 350% in the past year. So actually, the pet business is doing really fine because people have been isolated and now they need pets because we are humans and we need actual physical contact. So if we can't have it with humans, we'll have it with animals. The reason I'm saying that is that it's a great opportunity for many, 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 many businesses. The gift shop business, it's a great opportunity. I cannot go pick, for example, a gift for my grandma, but I can send it to her. You know, especially if you make it like thoughtful gifts.
Yeah, we make personalized gifts.
Yeah,
with everything.
So for example, that's you know, it's a great time to launch that business. I've never bought a thing online until the pandemic hit. Yeah. So it is an opportunity. On the other hand, the digital business and your digital agency, it's also a great opportunity for digital companies because we are only starting to understand that we live in a digital age.
Exactly.
And so we need a digital transformation for companies. So I'll give you an example from my own company. I rented, guys, I'm not even joking. It's so true. I rented like a space to start giving trainings, like, you know, for my classes. I rented the space in March 2020. Guess when the lockdown happened?
Same day.
15 days later. Yeah. Yay! So that's why I'm saying, and you know what? In retrospective, it was great because I was never gonna go online. The pandemic was the first time I felt obliged to go online and to start speaking. You get to decide. Exactly. So don't think, oh my God, this is pandemic time, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult either way. But you can decide to find the opportunity. What is happening right now that all the other people who are complaining are not seeing? This is where your opportunity is. Sorry, Faye, I know I'm taking too much time, but this is important.
Thank you.
No, not at all. I actually think that was our last question though, and looks like we're right on time to finish up. So إلى عندك شي نصيحة لأخرى منال? Actually, oh, before I say that, Flight Miss Rajat.
مرحبا.
Flight Miss.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I had my connection that cut off for a bit of time. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, Faye, girls. Reem, I felt a little bit, well, not a little, but a lot frustrated because I couldn't join you. However, I read about your story and your business. I also just realized that I've actually connected with you on LinkedIn a long time ago, and I sent you a message. My question, I'll keep it short. It just has to do with this very like a concept that is close to my heart and that you work on, and that is mindful life transformation. And in our journey as entrepreneurs, I just want to know and understand, how can we keep an eye on being mindful in terms of like mental health, in terms of even like the kind of rapport that we're building with clients, and keeping just like the mindfulness concept in mind in everything that we do as entrepreneurs? I know I'm hitting you with a very deep question, but it's something that I've been like, I wanted to ask. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and I'm really excited to hear what you have to say.
Wow. No, that was a question. Okay. All right. So en fait بحال اللي قلت لكم في الأول, for me entrepreneurship is the ultimate personal development experience. Most entrepreneurs are interested in personal development for a reason. You cannot live on autopilot being an entrepreneur, or you will head your business straight to a problem. علاش نقول لكم هادشي؟ لأن most entrepreneurs struggle with a lot of not really problems, so to say, but they can be challenges. For example, burnout. For example, feeling alone. For example, being anxious. For example, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of success, which is very real. It's the fear of being seen and successful. Women. Did you guys know that in terms of startups, women and men are almost equal, but when it comes to people raising funds, men do it a lot more than women. Guys dare to go and raise funds with just a business idea. We are looking for all the criteria, the business model, the business, having the prototype and everything ready before we even dare to show our faces in a meeting. So I think it's very important to just be aware first, just be aware of that. Why am I saying that? Because, for example, for me, being mindful is just being present to yourself. Now, in terms of theory, it just means raising your awareness and keeping your eyes on the prize. Meaning, you can zoom out and see in the grand scheme of things. So if I'm feeling down, this is just a point in my life. This is not my life. I failed in a project. This is just a point of my life. It doesn't mean I am a failure. It doesn't mean my life is ended and it's a failure. It just means right now I'm going through a hard moment. The second thing is thinking. You have to think long term, but be able to bring it short term. Meaning, I want my company, for example, to go international in 3 years. Great. How? And then from whatever outcome and outputs I want to have, be able to bring it back to present. And it will start by, guess what? The silliest thing. Oh, I need to have a website. Oh, I need to go pitch to a client. Oh, I need to have some clients. I'll give you something that I learned from Atomic Habits. That is a book that I would definitely recommend. Yes, James Clear. So basically what he's saying is you have to have an objective in mind, but you cannot measure your success against your objective. It has to be measured against your system. So what do we mean by that? You want to write a book. Your book will not be written in a day or 2 or a week. So if you keep measuring your success by whether the book is written or not, you're setting yourself up for failure, because that book will not be written in short term. But your system is, for example, writing for an hour or writing 2 pages a day or whatever, writing every single day. That is your system. And when I write, whether it's great writing or garbage, it's a success. I wrote. What will happen is that over time, it will build up. Now, once you've done that once and twice and 3 times, it becomes easier. It becomes kind of second nature. So your first failure, the first time you lose money, oh my God, it's hard. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie. But then the second time, the third time, you're like, okay, been here before, done that before. I know I can get up. Once you've done your first big project and it's hard and you doubt yourself and you go through the whole process and then you get it done, the second time when it becomes difficult, you know you've done it before. Now the challenge is building this mindset before you've ever launched your first project or you had your first big failure or whatever. Being aware of that before it happens will help you push through and not doubt yourself and not be like, oh, this is not for me. It means I'm not good enough. It means I'm never going to be successful. So for me, this is part of being mindful. Being mindful just means opening your eyes on being able to not be like, why me, but more think, okay, this has happened. This is reality. It sucks. I don't want it to happen. But what do I do with it? What next?
Can I say something?
Mhm.
Reem, you're literally talking, like literally today. Wow. Oh my God. As you were talking, I'm thinking about this offer. I've got it approached by this guy from an incredibly well-set organization working in Africa. I was recommended to him by an NGO that I worked with as a translator. And basically, they're saying exactly what you just talked about, landing on that first client, first project. From like now until October, he's asking me about a website, which makes a whole sense, you know, like wanting to pitch me to his team makes sense. Like I need to have something they could look at, services, people who trusted me, et cetera, et cetera. And well, like I'm in the mindset of, I'm telling myself, okay, he's asking for interpreting. I am a translator, not an interpreter, but I do have, like, I can do the outsourcing. I do have people in mind that I can recommend, etc. I can talk to, you know, like network that I have. And I'm like thinking, Reem just talked about the situation. Like I'm putting myself in the mindset of, okay, he's asking for a website. I told him we're building a website, even if we haven't started building yet a website, but I told him we're building a website. I don't have interpreters, but I'm thinking about how can I get interpreters. They have the meeting or the conference in October in Morocco, which means like it's my ecosystem. It's like you're coming to my arena, so it makes sense if like I can work it out. The only issue now is how can I balance, and I'm sorry, I'm asking you another question. How can I balance not having the resources with the actual fact that I know that I'm a doer, you know, like if I want something, I'm gonna do it. And my business partner always makes fun of me and tells me this. He always tells me,
You're a good salesperson. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So like, how can I navigate? Like, I'm feeling stressed. Like, I'm literally talking to you and I'm shaking. Just the idea of like, oh my God, I have to get ready. I have to get the resources ready. I just want to know, like, how can I navigate? Okay, I don't have the resources. I do have the expertise, not in my field, like in how to handle people, etc. And I do know people who can deliver the service. How can I manage all these three things and keeping myself in the mindset of, okay, I can do it?
Delegate and surround yourself by people who share your values. And I will say that even for clients. And I thank you, by the way, for talking about clients, because all clients are not good to take. And I had to learn that the hard way. I had clients who underpaid, over asked. I was bending myself, you know, trying to make them as happy as possible. And it was never possible because they did not pay the service at its right price. And so I felt frustrated because I was not paid enough. I was doing a lot of work and not even being paid enough. And they were not valuing my service, because then when, you know, I reached a point where I could not take it anymore and I broke the service, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this at this price point. I can't. And then when they went to other agencies, they found that, you know, there's it actually costs a lot more. I was just a newbie, so I didn't know how much it would cost me. So, you know, first of all, not all opportunities are good to take. And this will bring me back to the idea of being mindful. Be mindful of who you are, what you want, where you want to go, and what values are you willing to work you know, what are your core values? And if someone is not aligned with your core values, if an opportunity is going to take you away from where you want to go, it's a great opportunity for someone else, not for you. If you start jumping on all opportunities, you'll find yourself going in a million different directions and never reaching where you want to go. So that is just like opening parentheses, because I think this is very important. ما تتبعوش كل شيء les opportunités، حيت ماشي كلهم مزيانين ليكم. يقدروا يكونوا غزالين لواحد اخر، مي الا ما كانوش كيتبعوا داكشي اللي بغيتوا نتوما توصلوا ليه مع ناس اللي ما عندهمش نفس القيم اللي نتوما عندكم، بعدوا منهم. لان غادي غتصبروا وغتلقاو في الاخر بلي غتعذبوا اكثر من اللي غتربحوا. وإلا بقيتي كدير بحال هاد لي زيكسبيريونس مره وجوج وثلاثه، كتخرج ما باغيش صافي، كيطلع لك داكشي في راسك، ما تبقاش كاع باغي تخدم. دونك فيت تري اتونسيون ا سا. باش نجاوب عليك تلتمس، yes, find people who believe in what you believe in your mission. For example, people who will trust you to work for, you know, to work to help you achieve like the website, for example, like to build a website and then get paid later. Or maybe you'll have to take a little loan and pay them some of it, and then you know I think one of the most valuable assets for you guys as entrepreneurs is your word. So be very mindful of your word and how you build trust with other people. So for example, if you tell a designer, hey, the moment I'm going to get paid, I'll pay you. If you find someone who shares your vision, they will be willing to do it. I've had many people, honestly, who've helped me either for free, for little money. Sometimes they will be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to deliver the service, but I trust you to pay me when you get paid. And once you get paid, the first thing you do is you pay them. And then once you have money, of course, and the business starts running, you bring them business. So one of the things that I can thank people, for example, you know, that you can thank people is bringing them business. Talk about them to other people who can actually pay them on time, so that it buys you time. So, you know, keep thinking of it in terms of network. You cannot do it on your own, of course. It's difficult. You cannot be an expert in everything. But if you think this is a great opportunity for you, for your company, go for it. And then find the people, the resources, that will help you get where you want to be. I hope that answers your question. And in the meantime, meditate a lot. Try to keep it together.
I think I do that every morning. I think it brings a lot of Zen attitude to it. I don't want to keep this, like, I don't want to keep you like longer. I think like we're like, we reached an end. So we'll definitely connect, and I'll just like ask you, taking it from there.
Well, you guys have my Instagram. مرحبا.
Wow. That was an awesome session. Thank you so much, Reem. I learned a lot. I got a lot of energy from you. So thank you for being here, for bringing your energy, and for, I think, bringing us just like an extra boost to this Tuesday afternoon. So I really appreciate you. I know everyone here really appreciates you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reem. Goodbye. Take good care of yourself.
It was a pleasure to get to know you guys. Please connect with me. I want to know where you got, where what you're doing and where you're going with your businesses. So, you know, don't hesitate to reach out. Bye.
Yeah, I'll send you a message in Instagram. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Rin. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.